everybody, welcome to Cooking with Karen. Today we're going to start doing cookies. Alright, the first recipe I'm going to do is my mother's chocolate drops. They're the meatball cookies. Okay, I'm taking the recipe out of the cookbook that I made for our family from my mother. These are all her recipes. Anyways, we're doing I'm gonna give you the recipe. I'm gonna be doing a lot more than what the recipe says, so I'm gonna be doubling up on the recipe. So anyways, I should say quadrupling it up. Okay, first of all, we're gonna need flour, walnuts, cocoa, cinnamon, salt, shortening. It doesn't have to be Crisco, whatever. Sugar, eggs, baking soda, and milk. Okay? Now the recipe reads 1 cup of sugar, a half a cup of shortening, 2 eggs, a half a cup of milk, 2.5 cups of flour, a teaspoon of soda, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a cup of cocoa, a teaspoon of vanilla, I forgot the vanilla, and a cup of nuts. Okay, like I said, I do a whole lot more than that recipe, but I'm giving you the idea of, I gave you the single basic recipe that does a couple dozen cookies. Okay, so I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna get this all out of the way, and then we'll put it all together. Okay, we're back. There's a couple steps that I have to take according to my mother's recipe. And first we have to sift all the dry ingredients, and then we have to cream the liquid ingredients, and then we add it and put it all together. I did forget to tell you that once you're all done and you're ready to bake, you're gonna bake at 375 for 6 to 8 minutes, okay? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a sifter. I think they're senseless. I have my own sifter right here. It's a strainer. Works just fine. It's a little screen. Works perfect. Anyways, we're gonna start sifting. Now, like I told you, I'm doing 4 times the batch I gave you a recipe for. So what I do, and I won't put you through this all, but I take my flour, and I start with my flour. I just put it in the strainer, and then it just kind of works faster than a sifter, see? And that's how I do my sifting, okay? I sift the flour, the soda, the salt, the cinnamon, and the cocoa. And what I do is, okay, so I do a little bit of the flour, and then once I get into the flour, halfway through it, then I'll put maybe the cocoa in. I don't know why you have to sift, but it says sift. My mother says to sift it, I sift it. I'm one of those ones that do what your mother tells you to do. So, and by the way, we're by ourselves today. My sister's not here yet anyways. It's a big thing in Mount Morris today. It's Christmas in Mount Morris, and the Rotary Club, she's in that, and they do a lot for the village, and it's awesome. You won't be seeing this, or I'd say come on down, have fun. It's not like every other year with all this social distancing and stuff. So I'm sure it'll be good. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna add the cocoa. See, sift it right through. If there's any big lumps left, you can throw them out at the end. I love the smell of cocoa. I remember when I was a kid, kept bugging my mother. Oh, it smells so good. I'm gonna take a bite. She said, no, it's not gonna taste good. it's no sugar. And you know, when you're a kid, you just keep bugging and bugging and bugging. Till finally she said, okay, well, go ahead. Man, I took a big old spoon, put it in my mouth. Holy cow. I had cocoa coming out my nose. Oh. Well, that was my cocoa experience. A couple weeks ago, my niece, Madeline, she did the same thing when I was younger. And she did it to me. But she wanted to do cinnamon because she loves cinnamon. So you're not gonna like it. It doesn't taste good. Oh yes, it just smells great. I said, okay, well if you saw the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. She took a bite of that. When she was talking, there was puffs of smoke coming out of her mouth. It was funny. Now it's one of those things you had to be here to really appreciate it. Okay, so I have the flour all sifted out. Okay, and then, oh, that, by the way, that was 10 cups of flour. Okay, so on the soda, I told you a teaspoon, I need 4. So I'm gonna put that in, and all I do is put it all in 1, 2, hope I don't miscount, 5, 6. No, I know that was 4. Okay, so 4 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm trying to hurry so I don't bore you guys. 2. You know what? I'm not a baker. I keep telling y'all I'm not a baker. But you don't have to be a baker. You know, as long as you put TLC into your cooking, you're all set to go. 2 teaspoons of salt. Just don't over salt. I don't think that would be good. 1. We'll do this one a little short because I overdid that one. 2. Okay. That's it for there. So once I get this I like to keep a clean work area all the time. So every time I leave you guys, I go wash up my dishes. I just rather wash the dishes as I go than to look at a sink full of dishes when I'm done. Well, that's me. Anyways, so I have all the ingredients in there. So I take a little whisk and whisk it around. The reason why I do this is because I'm thinking in my mind, well, let's mix this all up, because once I start putting it into the liquid, I want everything all together as it's going in, instead of all of a sudden you get 1 glob of salt. No, I don't want that. But that's me. I don't know if I'm OCD or what, I don't know. But anyways, so I stir this together. And look, I got my grandmother here. I do have my mother. My mother's pictures around the walls. I'll have to show you them. But this one, my cousin Patty sent me, and my Aunt Sally. I love that picture. We're gonna do cucciolates later, Grandma. We did the filling the other day. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you here. I'm gonna come back, and I'll show you what I do with the creaming. Okay? Be right back. Okay, now I have everything going here. You know, I have to tell you, I started early this morning. I needed to get these cookies going, so because every year I do the cucciolates, the meatballs, the pizzellis, and so I kind of was hoping to. We're doing peanut butter, something or other, T-balls, and everything else. But anyways, I wanted to get as many on here, on video, so you all can see what I do, and maybe you want to copy the recipe. Anyways, I'm going to add my Crisco. And well, it doesn't have to be Crisco. It could be regular shortening. This time of year, when I use my mother's cookbook, she says Crisco. You have to use Crisco because she wouldn't use the other stuff. You know, back when we were younger, that's really all there was Crisco. Okay, so anyways, you're gonna add your shortening, and then we're gonna cream the sugar, shortening, and eggs. So I'm going to put the sugar in. I've already pre-measured it, all that sugar. Okay, let me throw this off to the side. Okay, and then we're gonna do the eggs. Like I told you before, I'm not a baker. I do the best I can. And you don't have to be a baker, you don't have to be a cook. You just have to have the TLC to put into whatever you're doing. And it's gonna be good, believe me. I'm not kidding. Look, I fake out all the time and everybody likes it. So, hey, if it works, it works. Okay, so I use the blender. And I kind of chop up the shortening and mix the sugar with it real quick before I start adding the liquid. Okay, now I'm gonna start adding the eggs. You know, when I was a kid, my mother never used one of these. You remember those ones that you go like this with? Well, that's about what it was. Or my mother did it by hand. Oh, you probably can't see that. Don't you touch Grandma. Besides, now this, my mother says, add the vanilla at the end with the nuts. I think she was nuts because there ain't no way, because how are you gonna do all of that and then mix 4 teaspoons of vanilla with it? It's not gonna work. So I'm putting it in now. Maybe I'll screw it up, maybe I won't. But like I said, it's your recipe. Okay, so I'm gonna add 4 teaspoons. No, I'm adding 4.5 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 3/4. Sounds good. Sounds better than 4.5. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Just give this a quick stir. Okay, guys. That's it for the blender. I have my dry and my wet. Oh, I forgot I gotta show you something. The nuts. I don't have a chopper, okay? Because I don't need a chopper. I make do with what I have, okay? If I don't have it in the house, well, I either skip it or figure a different way out. But anyways, I take these nuts, I throw them in a bag, like that. Flatten them out. Then I get my mallet. Check that baby out. It feels so good getting that anger out. Anyways, look at 30 seconds. I got crushed nuts. That's it. Alrighty. So now we just start adding and mixing. I'm not going to bore you with this, but because it's going to take a while. And I'll tell you what, I got to take a break and go, oh, my arm is killing me. So all I do is start adding a little bit at a time. Make sure I don't spill any. And I mix it up. Don't mix too fast because that powder will come up and hit me in the face. But I'm gonna tell you what, once it starts mixing in, See what I told you? Hit you in the face. This is the easy part right here. So when you get the rest of the 10 cups of flour in, is when it gets hard. Don't fall into the thing. Alright. I do a couple cups at a time, okay? And you know what? I know my sister's gonna probably edit half of this out. So, I don't know if I should just keep talking and just mixing, because she has to suffer and look through, watch everything I say. So let her, I don't care. She knows how I am. I'd really like to do live, but she keeps telling me, no, I'm not doing live. I don't trust you. I don't trust what's gonna come out of your mouth. I can't help it. I keep telling her, I can't help it. I'm Italian. If I think of something, I say it. Look how nice that looks. Can you see how nice that looks? Look. Okay. Check that out. All right, I'm gonna put another cup here. I'm gonna sign this off for a few minutes, and when I get down to the last nitty-gritty, I'll bring you back and we'll throw the nuts in and show you how it looks. Okay? I'll be right back. See how it gets thick? Tough work. I appreciate you helping me. You do this every year for me. Because you know you're... Okay, you make a mess just like your sister. You want me to get you an apron? See how thick that gets. Tell me when you're ready for more. You know, when we were kids, remember Ma used to make us do this and grind them? Grind the figs for the fig cookies and...
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, hard work to make these things, but to eat them, well worth it. So what I'm going to do is once he gets this all mixed in, I'm going to add my chocolate chips. And this batch isn't going to have the walnuts in. The first batch had the walnuts. And if you want chocolate chips in if you wanted chocolate chips in that batch, you're more than welcome to put them in. I didn't put them in. To be honest with you, I forgot about it. But this one, I'm going to put the chocolate chips in. It's not too late for me to put them in if I want. I don't think I'm going to, though. Here, let me add the rest of that flour.
Oh, thank you.
Before you break my... Before you
break the spoon,
before you break my spoon. Okay, I get them to mix this. It's going to take them a couple minutes. And then I'll have them put the chocolate chips in. Okay, see how tough that is right there? That's the chocolate meatballs. That's the texture. It's tough. All right, here we're gonna put the chocolate chips in, and then he's gonna try to mix them in as well as he can. Okay, then we're going to throw this in the refrigerator, and then we're going to let it chill out for a little bit, and then we'll be back and start baking. Okay, thank you very much, my brother. I love my family. There you go. Okay, guys, I forgot I was filming, so I already started adding the nuts and then I remembered. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyways, look at how this batter looks. This is what this cookie dough looks like. It's kind of hard showing you because it's so stiff. You see the texture of that? It's a dry cookie. You know, it's an Italian cookie. So, good thing my sister's not here stirring because she'd forget the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna add the last bit of nuts. Finish stirring. Mixing, I should say. Just like this. Oh shoot, my sister's gonna kick my butt. I'm watching a program while I'm doing this. I love Saturday mornings because I like those movies or those programs called Cheaters. Brings back memories. So anyways, to make a long story short, my sister is not here, so now I know the nuts will be all the way through it. Because when she stirs, she doesn't do the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you here and I'm gonna wrap this up for a little while, put it in the refrigerator, then I'll be back to throw them on the cookie sheet and show you what I do, okay? I'll be right back. Well, about an hour. All right, hello everybody. We're back. I'm ready to, well actually I've been baking, but I wanted to get a head start. So I'm going to show you how I do the chocolate ones. Now I did chocolate with the nuts and chocolate without the nuts, but with chocolate chips. Okay, I've been baking right along, so I'll show you what I've done so far. I've got one in the oven. I have one out here ready to go. I use a little scooper. You know, my mom used to use a teaspoon. I use a scooper, and then I just do one of these things, and I fight with it after a while because of the it gets stuck in there. But anyways, I do this and get a pan ready to go in the oven. I'll show you all the cookies I did. Let me get this line done. I just wanted to show you what I do. Just throw them in here. I guess a teaspoon would probably be easier. I don't want to sit there doing this for the next hour. So, okay. You keep this cool while you're baking, because if you keep it cold, it's easier to scoop for you. Okay, this is why, right here, see? You get the stuff on your hands, that's why you wear an apron. Now we're going to frost our chocolate cookies. I have the ones with the walnuts and the plain ones with just the chocolate chips, okay? So I do it the same way I do my cucciadatis. I don't like to over frost, but everybody always says put more frosting on them. I'd rather have you taste the cookie, not just the frosting. Okay, and then all I do is give it a little shake, a little candy on there. Okay, and then I just do, that's how I do it. Usually my sister goes behind me and puts the sugar on, or she takes the bag and I go behind and put the sugar on. But anyways, it gets done no matter which way it is. So I'm gonna get back, I'm back doing this, and I'll be back and show you what it all looks like when it's done. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, everybody, we're all done with the chocolate cookies. This is our take on our Christmas meatball cookies. Like I said, the one with nuts, one without nuts, and of course our cucciadatis. I'll be doing some more. Anyways, I guess I'll take a bite of one. I'm not really big on sweets, but I will
Take a bite. Mmm. Mmm. Crazy good, guys. Need to try it. Now that my teeth are full of chocolate, have a safe holiday. If you liked it, give me a like, thumbs up, and a share if you like it. Don't forget I'm on YouTube. We'll catch you next time. These are really good. You should really try one again.